big boy right here. Big boy, big boy, big boy, big boy, big boy, big boy. Hey, what's goody? It's your boy Negs, and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm hella souped because I'm doing the eyeshadow tag. So the eyeshadow tag is when you go through a list of these questions. Basically, it's about, palettes. And you answer them by choosing which palette answers the question. Right? So I saw this first from Porcelain. So shout out to you, girl. And Teresa is Dead. I think she got it from her. But I will leave Teresa's Dead and Porcelain's channels in my description box so you can check their videos out. I'll leave a link to their videos, you know what I mean? Because that's where I got it from. So I don't really know exactly where it came from, but I know where it's at. The party is here. The party is here. All right, so without any further ado, let's jump into this sucker. Let's get it. Let go. All right, so I have my tablet here, and I have all the questions lined up. So really get into it, okay? First question, it says, show your newest palette. All right, so my newest palette is JSC Cremated palette. And I just reviewed the entire JSC collection. I will leave it linked up here so you can check that out. There's a giveaway in there. If this is in the future, sorry you missed the giveaway. No. But packaging, here it is. And then a big ass mirror in there. And then the shades, it looks like that. A little smoky, grayish, goth palette. So this is my latest purchase, my latest eyeshadow palette. And yeah, I think it's cute. It's dope, you know what I mean? Definitely check out in my review what I think about it, you know what I mean? Our next question is show my oldest palette. That would be the Icy Betch palette by Tarte. So I had started my channel in February of 2019, and then the Icy Betch palette came out in March 2019. So yeah, it looks like this. Packaging is sick, and it's that hard type of casing, and it has a cute little mirror, a little plastic. I always keep it. So a mirror, and then there you go. And it's kind of like a face palette also. It has like a highlight in there. And yeah, it's really dope. I love that color right there, which is Becky. And Regina's a nice little highlighter too. So little frosty, icy highlighter. And when this came out, it just shocked everybody. Like Tarte tried to undermine JSC before JSC came out with the Blue Blood palette. So they try to throw this out there. No, but I remember they did something. It was like an April Fool's Day palette. And this was like the April Fool's Day palette, then they brought it to life. It was just in talks. People were saying, oh, it's coming out. They're going to do a icy palette for April Fool's Day, you know what I mean? And then they finally came out with it. And it looks like this sucker. So this is my my oldest palette, because it came out a month after I started my channel. It was like the first palette that I purchased. The first high-end palette anyway. All right, next question is show my most expensive palette. And JSC again. I live and breathe JSC. But this is the Jawbreaker palette. I think it's $56, $58, something like that. That's the most expensive palette that I've ever purchased. Was this in the cremated one, but I already showed you the cremated, so Jawbreaker will be the next one. So it's just a little rainbow palette. Comes with a cute little mirror. And yeah, those are the shades right there. Yes, in your face. Gumball shades. Neon rainbows. I still haven't touched this palette. Yep, I haven't touched it. One day. So that's my most expensive palette. So now we're gonna go to my most affordable palette, which that's one of the bite-sized palettes by e.l.f. This is the Acai Acai U palette. And this looks like that. They're $3, dude, $3. I wanted the jalapeno one. I was only able to get 2 of these. This one and the carnival one. But I wanted the jalapeno one so badly, but they were sold out everywhere. Everywhere. And I'm new with e.l.f. Like, their eyeshadow formula, it's growing on me. It's not bad at all. At all. It's not bad. I want to swatch a shade really quickly. This is this little shimmer shade. So good. Like, it's so good. For $3, dude, like, oh, I love it. I can't wait to review these little things. All right, next is my everyday palette. And that's gonna go to Juvia's Place. This is the Nubian Mini. We got this in a Boxycharm and it's still holding up, you know what I mean? 6 shades in there, very neutral, but these shades are very pigmented. So, I mean, I can't go wrong with them, you know what I mean? It's very pigmented. So I start with a little hand, you know what I mean? They blend out like a dream. They blend in together seamlessly. No kick up in the pan, no fallout on the face. Yeah, it's amazing, you know? All right, next is show your most colorful palette. So I will show you my e.l.f. XJ Kissa palette. This is to the Rescue palette. I reviewed this palette also, so I will link it up there in the cards for you. But this palette is lovely. Oh my gosh, it's lovely. Packaging was so cute. It was minimalistic. You can hook it up with the stickers that I'm about to show you. Boom. I just put the 2 dogs on there because I thought it was cute. And yeah, it has a mirror in there, and these are what the shades look like. These shades though, the shades. I want to swatch something. Millie, which is this orange shade, and Zuki, which is the shimmer shade for the orange row. Very easy to come up with looks because you could just follow the row if you need to. You need some inspiration, like, yes. So that's what it looks like, the 2 shades. So yeah, it's very like you have to build them up, and that's not that bad because I mean this is a e.l.f. palette, you know what I mean? It's affordable as hell in the drugstore, and you can just purchase it, you know? So that's what's going in my most colorful eyeshadow section or question. So next up is show your smallest palette. I was gonna go in with the e.l.f. palette, but we used it already. So I'm gonna use the next item, the next best thing I was gonna say. So this is from Colored Rain. It's the Mimosa Moment eyeshadow palette. Don't sleep on Color Rain and their eyeshadow formula. This is a great formula. It's very soft and buttery, pigmented, and the blendability is amazing. The lasting power stays on for long as hell. And I think a Ipsy Glam Bag Plus. Oh, these colors are beautiful. I love this palette with all my might. All right, next is show my biggest palette, and that definitely goes to the Morphe X James Charles palette because look how big it is. And I mean, you know, when this came out, it was selling records. It was all over the place, beautiful. And then when the big scandal came out, James Charles and Tati and stuff, people started buying this palette and fucking burning it and stuff like that. Like, I spent too much coins on my shit to be burning it up, you know? Yeah, so it's huge, and that's what it looks like. Big boy right here. Big boy, big boy, big boy, big boy, big boy, big boy. All right, so next is show the palette with your best memory. And I'm gonna go with the Just My Luck palette by Colourpop. At this time, when this came out, I realized that green is my favorite color. Before that, I never had a favorite color. Like, I love that the palette made me think of what the hell was my favorite color. And obviously it's green. So when this came out, bitch, I was souped. Because greens are everything to me. I love green eyeshadow. Like, how y'all don't have a green eyeshadow? You know what I mean? But yep, Colourpop has it. You know, it looks like that. So yeah, it's like affordable, pigmented, it's just hella good. Like, come on. Like, it checks all the boxes. This is so if you're feeling creative, you want to be outside of the box and different than everybody else, then you pick this sucker up right here. Just My Luck palette by Colourpop. All right, next is a palette that's worth the hype. And I'm gonna go with the Blow and Smoked palette by Colourpop. Here we go again, Colourpop. I promise you guys I'm not kissing their ass. They just make good products. And this is the Blow and Smoke palette. It used to be called the Smoke Show, but Colored Rain noticed that Colourpop was getting it in and selling out and stuff and said, hold up, that's my name and you need to pay us. So they had to change the name to Blow and Soak. Definitely a different type of palette. It looks like we have a filter over it. And when they were building the hype for this, it was everything. And it's definitely worth all that hype because looking at it in person, you do feel like you're looking at a filter. Like, you do. And it's very pigmented. It's very beautiful and bold. It's everything and more. It's the Blow and Smoke palette. It's definitely worth all the hype. So get it if you don't have it. All right, now moving on to a palette that was not worth the hype. The Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette. This sucker right here was so horrible, so lackluster. I reviewed it. I reviewed this palette. I will leave the link for this up here also. And yeah, like I said, I reviewed it. It doesn't have a mirror and shades look like that, which do look beautiful, but as far as the color payoff, it's not there, you know. It was just hyped as hell, like hella hyped. And it performed shitty. It was a shitty palette. It's a shitty palette. Definitely not worth the hype. Listen, I would not waste my money on this palette, but like I said, since I have it, I will use it. But I don't really reach for it though, to be honest with you. So next is show your favorite palette from a favorite brand. So JSC is one of my favorite brands, and the Alien palette is my favorite palette of any brand. This is my favorite palette. I actually used it to create this look today. A little simple look. Hope you guys are feeling it. She has a mirror and she looks like this. Oh, some of these shades are just calling my name. I just want to play with them. You know what I mean? You guys know I love JSC. And I love Colourpop. Those are my two favorite brands, but I do love JSC. They're on the bougie side, you know what I mean? And then Colourpop is more the affordable side, but I love this palette from JSC. And last but not least, we're down to the wire. We have Show Your Most Used Palette. And this is from Tarte. It's the Whitney Simmons palette. She's a like workout YouTuber. So shout out to you, girl. You did a cute little eye and cheek palette. So open it up. It has a little mirror with a little saying on it. And then here are shades. Ooh, smells so good. Look at that. A highlighter, which is beautiful. The blush is a nice tone. And you have 6 shadows. But you can use all of it for eyeshadow. You know what I mean? You can even use the blush and the highlighter. But yep, this is my oldest palette. This is my most used palette. Definitely hidden pan in a lot of shades, and I'm souped about that because, you know, hidden pan is a lot of work. It's a lot of work, you know. Yeah, so that's my most used palette. So I definitely hope you guys enjoyed my little video, my little palette tag. As far as me tagging anybody, I'm not gonna tag anybody. Just if you feel like you wanna do it, then go ahead and do one, you know what I mean? You tag me in it and I wanna see it. I wanna see it, you know what I mean? Until next time, it's your boy Onegs, signing out. 1.